Hey Fanatics, DJ Briggs here, back for another review, and today I have a LEGO Star Wars 2022 set. It is set number 75320. It is the Snowtrooper Battle Pack. It comes with 105 pieces. I recommended building ages 6 and up, and retails here in America for about 20 bucks. Getting into this set, it does relaunch the whole battle pack gimmick that was absent last year. It does bump that price up another $5. They were 15 before, now they're 20. But you do get a lot more packed in here. Nice array of figures, and without further ado, let's get into the set, start deconstructing it, and seeing how it stacks up, starting as always with the minifigures. First up for the minifigures, we got the first of 3 Snowtroopers. It's fairly basic. We do get for an accessory for the first one, the longest version of the Star Wars gun, but it does have a candle piece in black just stuck onto the end of it to just give it the barrel of the gun a different shape. But getting into the actual figure, I'll spend more time on this one than the other two. The torso and legs, all one printing. It's not new. We've had this print since 2019, and it looks really good. It does carry the tunic onto and the comma onto the legs there. You got dark tan gloves there, for his hands there. And you got some nice back torso printing, and this is the same hood that we've been getting since 2019, but it is nice to get it again. And underneath is that Tom Riddle head from a few years ago underneath. So not a new head, but it is nice to see that LEGO is continuing to acknowledge that all the troopers are not clones. Second of the troopers here, same legs, as I said, same legs. Torso comes with a medium blaster this time, and underneath the head, we got a new female expression that only came in the big AT-AT sets, and this is the cheapest way to get it, so that is nice getting that head print into cheaper sets. Third Snowtrooper, same deal, same torso and legs, same medium blaster as the last one, same helmet, just has a African American head underneath there, which is nice. New facial print, but again, like the one before it, not exclusive to the set. It came in the 2 big AT-AT sets last year. So into the last figure, the new Hoth version of a Scout Trooper, which is pretty nice. Backstory on this is that this was designed for a trooper that first appeared in like a video game, and then Hasbro made a figure of it, and then it worked its way into like official canon. So there is actual in-universe explanation for and basis for the suit, so it is pretty nice that LEGO is giving us this variant for a trooper on Hoth. So it's pretty much designed exactly like, almost beat for beat, like a regular Scout Trooper from Endor. It's just there's a little bit more padding printed on the torso there. All the black is that's normally on the Scout Trooper figure is switched out for light gray, and again there's a little bit more, as I said, padding and stuff, assuming for the cold. It comes with the small pistol Star Wars gun, and the helmet also not new, but it was introduced in 2019. and it is that dual molded variety where it's got black on the inside and it's overlaid with white just to get that perfect visor print and the blackness within the helmet there. And then underneath the head, that head, like the previous Snowtroopers, only came in like the big AT-AT sets. This is our first time getting in a cheaper set, and it is a nice colored, nice color skin for us to get for a non-descript character. So all for the diversity there. But so here's the set all built up. You get a speeder bike, you get a little Eweb Blaster, and then you get a nice little mound of snow and debris for like a trench or a turret or a snowbank to fight behind. So we're going to go in looking at these in order of you building it, starting with the Snowspeeder. Looking at the Snowspeeder here, it's a very nice design. It is fairly similar to the one that Lego came up with for the new Snowspeeder design in the big AT-AT set that came out a couple years ago. Though this is slimmed down and not as detailed, just due to the part out of budget of the set, so a lot of things got trimmed down, especially around here where the front of the speeder bike is, and along the sides there. That is very trimmed down from the big set. But it is still fairly nicely built up and detailed. I do appreciate these, despite the fact that what these are pretty much the foot pedals on the actual vehicle in universe. But considering how Lego minifigures sit down, those just end up being frivolous detail, but it's detail appreciated nonetheless. And you do have a nice little console here. That is not a new piece. We've had it for many years now, since 2016, I believe. And it is very nicely printed and nice to get. And then you just have these control handles that you can adjust based on how you want your minifigure sitting in there. Back of the thing, you have this nice little build for the back of the Snowspeeder. You have ingot piece used nicely to represent like a bundle of cloth that's at the back of these. You have a couple of adjustable flaps. You have some nice part usage here for some detail. But I will say this build back here is kind of wonky. Comes apart pretty easily. I don't know if that's just how the parts go together, or the clutch on my particular pieces are not that good, but that does tend to pop off a little bit too easy if you really force it, if you really grab that from behind there. And I almost forgot, you do have that nice little friends piece for to hold onto a figure. If you want to figure into this thing, all it does is you have to bend the figures legs, excuse me, a little bit, and it should just fit it onto there nicely. And then you can have them grab the handlebars if they want, if you want, and actually pose them. So that is cool that they kind of replicate how someone actually sits on this speeder, but that does it very nicely. And then you have this nice little shaping up here to the front with these corner tiles here. These can also be knocked off pretty easily, just fair warning. And then you have a little blaster representation at the bottom here, along with another version of something that shoots right there. But considering how this is built, if you set this down, this does kind of lean a little bit to one side unless you have those pedals all the way pushed back up. So that does it for looking at. Have this Eweb Blaster, a pretty similar design to that one from the AT-AT set. Again, that is kind of a recurring theme in the set, but it is done very nicely. I do appreciate how this stand is built. You use the Alien Conquest pistols as kind of like a foot stand. That arrow blade piece, connecting them, you have some nice build up for the barrel of the gun. Nice little place for a minifigure to hold onto it when they shoot it. That I don't appreciate is all the studs sticking out of that piece, but you can assume or pretend it's greebling. And up at the top here, you have that new style stud shooter where it's loaded into the sideways, and then it just fires off really nicely. It is molded in a gunmetal color for this set, so you just push it and it just goes flying. And I don't know where that one went, so but yeah, when you push that down, the trigger actually stays flush against the part. So that is a nice new version of this feature. Again, they didn't have to update it, but I do appreciate it. But looking at this does present a major problem with stability. So if you try to push this down and you're not careful, you can do that. Those guns are not the strongest connection at the base there. It's very precariously sat on top of there. So yeah, you apply a little too much pressure on this thing and it does buckle under that weight. So that probably was a poor design choice on the designer's part, but again, they were probably limited by a parts budget, so that is something to watch out for. And then lastly, for builds, you get this mound of snowbank or a trench or a little bit of Hoth terrain, whatever you want to call it. It's just nicely built up. It's just a bunch of slopes and studs and bricks just stacked on top of each other every which way. Fairly simple build here, nothing too complex, but it does get the job done. And you got a little area back here that you can start a minifigure at, so you can have like one manning back here using the snowbank as cover if you want. Pretend to play it like that. And then at the back here, you actually have a pair of binoculars that you can utilize. So pretty nice usage of parts here, but here are the extra pieces for this set. Of course, you get an extra trigger for the stud shooter and two extra studs designated for extra shots. And regular wise, you get an extra trans stud. Again, you can use that as extra ammo if you want, but you just get a couple of extra like pneumatic T-shape and droid arms and lightsabers. So, and the instructions fairly small and basic. You just got the front cover here, of course, the box art, that poorly rendered QR code in the corner there. If you want to use that, this building life app that they talk about to build your set instead. For the inside here, we just got recommendation to sort pieces before you build it if you are a relatively novice builder. Down here for the progress bar, we do got a Snowtrooper there, but they are missing their helmet, so that is a little weird. But it doesn't take long to build. They have you build the speeder, then the turret, then the little snowbank thing. So it just takes about 49 pages of building there. and back of the instructions, you just got cross-sell for the entire 2022 winter lineup, pretty much all 3 sets there. And then you got cross-sell for all the Hoth related sets they've released for the past couple years, the Microfighter, and then the AT-AT, and the couple of 2022 sets there. And then you got a nice little product shot of the set in action, which a little strange to me. You got cross-sell for the Skywalker Saga there. And you got the parts inventory, Clockwork Robot on the back for the win. Looking at the box, it's slightly bigger than the old Battle Pack styles boxes that we're used to, and it does feature that new design that Star Wars sets are going to have going forward with this year, the new revamp. You got a nice product shot of the set in action right there, minifigures down there at the bottom, set specs on the side there. Upper corner here you have all the black parts and pieces making up the border there. This is a slightly bigger set, so we actually get to see that down here in the corner they'll have a Lego-ized version of whichever part of the franchise they're recreating. So it seems all the classic non-modern stuff is going to have Darth Vader there in the corner, so it's just him Legoized. You got a dark blue stripe of parts running down there too, to accentuate that. Side of the box, you interestingly have this little badge thing of like Hoth or for the Imperials or something, which is interesting. Top of the box, you have one of the Snowtroopers sporting the actual size, and then back of the box you just have a product shot of the set with some of the play features, but that does it for the box. So going over my final thoughts for the set, minifigure wise, which is the most important part here for that army building, for that battle pack that you Lego wants is to buy multiples of these. That aspect of it, the most important part, I think they knocked out of the park. They give us a nice array of terrain, vehicles, and weaponry that we can use that doesn't feel repetitive and actually looks good on the battlefield. And the figures, usually they throw, when they do these Imperial ones, they throw in like a random officer that doesn't need to be there. But here they threw in a nice exclusive Scout Trooper figure that we've never gotten before. So this does really nail that battle pack aesthetic that of building an army. So it lends itself really well to that. But going deeper, build-wise, I mean, I had numerous issues with the speeder and the Eweb Blaster, from stability to just overall design. Several parts fall off of both of those, so maybe they could have sacrificed one or over the other, but having both kind of necessary, so maybe they could have designed those better, especially that Eweb Blaster, the fact that they want you to shoot that stud out, but those things buckle under the own weight, so that just collapses, so that doesn't look good. Some issues I had with Speeder weren't very good, so the QC was kind of poor on my parts, if that was the case, or if it's meant to do that, I can't tell, but that wasn't very good. And then the price, $20 for this. Yeah, it's very much worth that $20 price point. I'm also one of those people who don't like the fact that it was bumped up to $20. But if this is what they're going to give us for a $20 battle pack, yeah, that definitely tracks. That better increase in price gives us better stuff to build an army with, build the battlefield with, have better figure selection. I'm all for that. So this set gets a solid 8.5 out of 10 for me for my rating system. What did you guys think about the set? Comment below, let me know. And if you like what you saw, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Ring that bell so you are notified when I upload new content. Star Wars stuff tend to upload every Wednesday, but that does it for this review, and I will see you in the next one. Till next time, keep building.